Hey, what's going on guys? John here, and today I wanted to do a video review for the Pixoo Divoom DIY Pixel art frame. So this is actually a pretty cool little device. I'm going to go through and I'll kind of show you what to expect. I'll show you the app that this connects to and just some of the features on the actual device itself. So based on the box, some of the features that this have is obviously it's some interior lighting. It works as a smart clock. You have the ability to actually create your own pixel arts and do different things with the device if you choose to do that. It has a real-time music visualizer, and you also have social notifications as well. It was pretty easy to set up. It connects with either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. I decided to do the Bluetooth connection. It was very easy to do, really no complicated setup at all. Taking it out of the box, it was already pre-charged. The charge on this can actually last up to 6 hours, so one benefit is you could actually hang this on the wall, maybe somewhere near a charger, unplug it, and then you could later set up different things as needed and charge it as needed. It comes with a USB-C cable which plugs in down here at the bottom. You do have a piece here in the center. If you wanted to put like a screw into your wall, you could just hang it simply on that screw and it would probably sit nicely on the wall. You do also have the option, this piece will come out here and you can actually use this in the center, I believe, additionally as a hook. So it's actually up here would be the screw for mounting on the wall. This middle piece is actually for mounting on a desk. So if I wanted to have it like this on my desk, I could do that. You have the power button up here at the top. So mainly hitting this is mostly controlling power. And then you have a button here in the center. If you hit this, it will kind of rotate through some of the different modes. Here's a time mode. That one I think is just blank. And then it goes through some random different designs that they have. And kind of rotates there. So I think some of those were actually some favorites that I had saved. Let's actually take a look at the app, and it works fairly well for what it is. So you can see here, I was able to download the Divoom app. Once you get registered, you're able to go in and you can select any of these. So if I simply just click this, you can see it loaded right in. If I browse, it's now playing this graphic, and any of these are basically creations that other people are making. You can see the creator, where they're from, you can follow them, you can look at their other designs, you can comment on the designs, you can see what size it is. Most of these are 16 by 16. One thing that I found with this that was a little bit of a disappointment was I went and searched for some of my favorite like retro games. So for example, I typed in Final Fantasy, and I knew that some of the older Final Fantasies, specifically from like the Super Nintendo era, had a lot of pixel-based characters. So I thought to myself, hey, there's got to be people who've created these characters. And as you can see, they do have a bunch of them, right? They have Cloud here. So if you look at this, you can see in the graphic, it looks pretty good, right? Like you have a pretty good idea, like if someone knew Final Fantasy, they could see this and they're going to be like, oh, that's Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. But when you see it in the actual display, it doesn't quite display as many pixels. It's almost like it's missing some of the pieces. And I can see here, this one's a 32 by 32, so that may be part of it. If we hit back, I was trying to look for some other graphics that would have a little bit more distinct settings here. So like this one, for example, actually works pretty well. It seemed to come in good, so this one is a 16 by 16. If you get into some others that have too high graphics, I think that's where you'll run into problems. This one's a 64 by 64, so you can see it just isn't quite able to display certain ones. So I think that's more of a limitation of the device, and you'll just have to be cautious about what you go for. Here's another one that's 16 by 16. This one actually came in okay. It looks like it's attempting to display most of it and doing a pretty good job. So you really just have to kind of look around and find the right ones. If you do your due diligence on that, most of these should display okay as long as you get the correct formats. You can save any of these, you can edit them, you could download them and basically put them into a compilation. I haven't played around with the device enough to know if you can have rotations on some of these, but there were definitely issues like if you go up in size, this is a 32 by 32, so as you can see, it just will not display correctly if you don't have the correct sizing. So that's my biggest thing with this, but obviously it's just a matter of either you creating your own or finding the correct ones. I couldn't really specifically see if there was a way to filter based on these searches, so this may just take some time for you going around searching if you're going to be going after other designs. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the device as is. There's also some music options, different things that you can do with the device. If we go all the way back, we can discover based on different types. You can go to different channels here. So this is like the clock option, and this kind of shows you different things that this can do. You have your own account where you can set up your own devices, things like that. You have various different settings here. So there's all kinds of different things you can do with this. But yeah, overall, I think it's pretty cool for what it is. You just really have to be aware of like the types of things you're gonna be looking for. One thing I couldn't figure out was how to get like a rotation going. I think you have to do it manually. So I had saved some stuff in here. And as you can see, if I hit this, it'll just rotate into different designs. And some of these are on here by default. So I wasn't able to quite figure that out yet, but that may be a possibility. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it and figured I'd give you guys a good general overview of it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this helpful.